this is Mark Rosen from WCCO TV, and it's my pleasure to introduce my good friend Ron Henderson, the Fitness King.
Have you ever wanted to be in the best shape of your life? Maybe just to feel your best, maybe just to look your best. Well, I'm Ron Henderson, better known as the Fitness King. On today's Motivation, I'm excited to have my friend Jason Young. He is the owner of youngquest Fitness, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Welcome to Motivation.
Thank you.
How are you
Thanks
doing,
for having
Jason?
me. I'm doing great.
Yeah, this is what, I have, and I say this almost every week. It's such a struggle to get the people who are good on the show. But when you get them, that's like a celebratory time.
Right.
Excited to have you on. I want to hear about your life. But before we get into youngquest Fitness, which is phenomenal, you've done a lot of good things. I want to get up close and personal.
Okay.
Where did you grow up briefly? What was childhood like? Those kind of things.
Okay. I'm a native of Wausau, Wisconsin, which is right in the middle of Wisconsin. And I went to school at UW-La Crosse in Wisconsin. And then I moved up here right after. So I believe it was 1992.
Okay.
I've been here since.
Okay. What was childhood like for you? I know I was raised in Fridley, pretty much in an all-white community, and my childhood was like really rough. Okay. What was it like growing up for you? I mean, as a child, do you feel like you had a good family, good upbringing, those kind of things?
Well, my family is spectacular, and my childhood was great community.
Yep.
I got into sports at a young age.
How young were you?
Probably about 7th grade.
Okay.
So I wasn't really young, but I found out that I was a little bit undersized and behind in physical,
Hard to believe.
yeah. So that's how I got into weight training
Okay.
and exercise.
All right. And you were how old?
12.
12 years of age.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you show them a python? Let me see a flex, honestly. Look at those pythons. Let's see the other arm. Good seat in the camera. Look at those pythons. Okay. So when you were younger, you didn't have any of that. Okay. Did you watch any TV shows? Did any of those kind of things? Like for me, it was Jack LaLanne. Most people know that. Any of the earlier shows motivate you at all?
Well, I think I was fascinated with the Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty young. I was probably maybe 7, 8 years old.
Yep.
And it was always a fun show to watch. And I was always intrigued by muscles and wanted to be bigger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
My uncle was a big person in my life. He was about 10 years older than me.
Yep.
And used to work out in his garage.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got started.
Okay. So did he have like the 2x4s? Did he make his own weights? Because that's what we used to do with
No,
bricks.
but he had the steel weights,
Okay.
cold steel.
The old style.
Yes.
Old style. Okay. All right. So you went to school. Earlier we talked a little bit. You were talking about a little bit about alcohol and different things like that, different problems that you had. Do you mind addressing some of that? How early did you get involved in alcohol? Because I know you've recovered from those
I
things.
think living in Wisconsin, it's a very common thing to be, going to beer parties and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then through college years, and then, I don't think it really became an issue until I experienced some emotional trauma when I was a little bit older in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people use alcohol as a suppressant to get through their emotions.
Yep.
And it just becomes worse and worse, and I just had a number of negative things happen until I took charge. And
And how did you actually take charge? What did you do? Just briefly.
Well, fitness, exercise was number one.
Okay, and how did, because we're talking, that's what we're here to talk, we're here to celebrate you. You've done a lot of good things, okay? So how did fitness play a role in that recovery for you, Jason?
Well, it's always been there for me when I've been emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my body balanced back out and released some of the anxiety and emotional stress that I was, dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then just ate really healthy and made sure I was kind of got back to my bodybuilding roots.
Right, okay.
And then it's a process to make you feel good and get in a routine and get your body back.
Right.
And just connect your body with your mind.
Right. So how long would you say that it's been that you've been recovered?
Actually, next month will be 2 years since I've quit totally. I've quit on and off over the years, but this is it. This is
congratulations.
Final draw for me.
Yeah. If you just tuned in, I'm Ron Henderson, aka the Fitness King, with my guest Jason Young. He's a personal trainer and owner of youngquest Fitness in Eden Prairie. It's always a pleasure to have somebody on the show. Jason is a friend. I've known Jason probably for at least 17, 18 years minimum. And I've kind of watched his life, and it's nice to see that has grown to this person. He's a humble guy. He's got good muscles. He's an excellent trainer. He cares about you, and that's why he's on Motivation Today. So tell me, you started working out, then what got you interested in personal training, that aspect?
Well, I think that, I was in bodybuilding for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm. 10 years of bodybuilding.
I got into that in college when I was 19.
Okay.
And that was always a passion. I found out that I was good at it because I was a little bit undersized to play football. Yeah. So I was doing well with the bodybuilding competitions. And
how many years did you do the bodybuilding?
For 10.
10 years. Okay, now see, I've only been to his place one time, but I noticed one thing. He had no room in there, full of trophies. That's a joke. But you've won a lot of competitions.
Yeah.
So
that's been a big part of my life, and I learned the fundamentals of success through the bodybuilding, and then I was able to pass that on to my clients and teach people what they really need to do. It might not be as extreme of a program as serious, but it's the same basic aspects.
Right. But what was it that I know what it was for me. What was it, or when was it, and what was it that actually where the switch just turned over and you said, you know what, I want to take this knowledge of training and help other people? What was it? Because I want people, Jason, to hear your heartbeat and see what I love about you as a person.
I think the main fact that I like to help people, and a lot of people were asking me questions because they would see me working out and having success with it.
Right.
And then I was looking for my career, and I'm like, well, what better, way to help people and make money at the same time?
Yep.
So I developed my program, and have had quite a bit of success over the years with it, and help people from in the fitness bodybuilding world. Just everyday people. That's the main target client that we have right now. I've worked with beauty pageants, women since 1999.
Quite a bit. You've done quite a bit of that, yes.
And so I think we have about 180 state title holders with pageants, bodybuilding, and fitness.
Well, it's impressive. Yeah.
So
that's
we've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. Can you give me one or two success stories that you've had with, just the average Joe walks in, says, hey, Jason, I heard about you. I want to lose some weight, whatever it is. Can you share a couple success stories you've had with people that you wouldn't expect it maybe? Maybe they surprised you, I guess. Like I'm surprising you with the question.
I think, there's been so many people, the tallies added up over the years.
Right. Yep.
I think that each person is a success story to me.
Right.
The people that actually follow through with what I put in front of them, and because we're a team. When somebody comes in, they hire you to work with them. They're relying on you to get guidance and help.
Right.
So each of those success stories, I don't know, which one would really outweigh the next. It's hard. It's a hard question to answer. Because
so what do you do with a client that comes in, and I've been a trainer for 36 years. How do you deal with a client that comes in and doesn't do everything that they should do? How do you handle that?
Well, we take a time out, reevaluate, and go over, the steps that we started with.
Yeah.
And if they're not, you can put so much energy and keep trying. You can just stick with them as long as they continue to come in and meet with you and try and get through the hurdles. It's the same as life. There's always going to be obstacles.
Right.
So it's a matter of just kind of keep chipping through those things and reminding them until they can really do things on their own. Too.
Have you ever threatened to fire a client because you were so upset with the fact that because you care about these people? I know you do. Okay.
Right. Well, I guess I don't know if I've.
Well, I'm just using the word fire.
I hear you. I get frustrated when somebody doesn't listen to you and you keep pouring your heart and soul in them and they don't listen. You do get frustrated.
Right.
But that's part of one of the negative things about our job.
Right.
But all you can do is keep going and keep pouring energy.
Right.
If they continue, then your attitude might change a little bit towards them.
Right.
But I don't like to give up on them.
Amen. So, speaking into the camera right now, somebody's watching Motivation. They know who you are, Jason Young, Youngquest Fitness. What could you say that would motivate somebody that's sitting there? Maybe they got the beer belly and they got the cigarette coming out of the mouth. What would you say to motivate them, to maybe even just to give you a call?
Well, you need to be ready to make a lifestyle change. This is, it doesn't have to be as difficult as people make it out to be, because that's why a lot of people don't follow through with fitness programs, New Year's resolution, because they don't give it a chance and actually follow through and see the negative results. or the positive results,
right.
they're associating so much negative, and
Right.
it takes time to get those positives.
Right.
So it's, as you experience them as you go, and the more time you put in, the more effort, the more end result's going to be.
Right, okay. So you got a guy sitting there, and maybe he's 68 years of age, wants to lose some weight, maybe he's 60 pounds overweight. From an eating standpoint, what would you suggest that guy to do right now? He doesn't want to walk, but he wants to work at least on his eating. What would you suggest to him?
Well, first of all, you want to have a healthy environment when you're at home. You want to come up with a plan, make sure you understand where you're going to eat and what you need to eat, with each meal. I like to take a look at a person's metabolism. So if you're eating 2 meals a day and you're eating bad foods, I'm not going to put them on a 5 or 6 meal a day plan, because it's going to be too much. Maybe we'll start with 4 meals and have them be really small, healthy foods, balance, making sure that they understand where to get their next meal. Maybe pack lunches, protein shakes and supplements are really help too.
And what would you consider a balanced meal for somebody, especially somebody who's really trying to lose weight?
I really like the 40-40-20, which is 40% protein, 40% carbohydrates, and 20% fat.
Are you listening, folks?
And it gives you a good balance. There's you can manipulate those percentages as you get going. Maybe you might need more protein, more carbohydrates, and more fat, depending on what your goals are going to be.
Right.
But I think that's a really good way to start. That way, you're not going to be depriving yourself of carbohydrates or fats.
And how long have you been in the personal training business? How many years?
Well, I really got started in 1995. So that was, I guess when I really switched from full time to part time.
Sure. And we talked about this before the show. When you look at these people coming in, I mean, I want you just to share what's your heart. These people come in because they need help. I mean, that's got a pull on you, okay, Jason? So I'm sure you give out a lot of love, but I want you to share that with the audience. I just want you to share you and why you truly still are doing what you're doing.
Well, it's what I'm good at, and it's what I know, and I've had a lot of proven success, so that kind of keeps me going. I have a lot of my life invested into it, and I encourage anybody who is struggling, with an addiction too. That's why I did bring the addiction portion, because it's actually a lot of these people need to get rid of the anxiety and feel better about themselves and focus on something positive.
Right.
And what better thing to focus on than your body, and you're investing in yourself.
Exactly.
And that way, you're getting out of this, instead of, an addiction process, not taking care of your body, actually ruining your body, you're doing the opposite.
Right.
So, I think it's great for anybody. If you're going through a divorce or going through any tough times, it's the best way to take your emotions out and anxiety and improve yourself.
I would agree. How could they get a hold of you?
Well, my phone number is 952-944-9200. Email is youngquest@juno.com. And our website is youngquestfitness.com.
Sounds good. What do you do personally right now to keep those pythons? Now, I want to hear about that. Those pythons.
I am on what's called a maintenance program. I'm not, training for bodybuilding. So I haven't trained since 1998. That's when I retired. I achieved my goal, and I was the first drug test administrator in Minnesota the state ever had.
Good man.
And so my passion is about drug-free fitness, and I've seen friends, get involved with steroids and have, a lot of even deaths in the area. And so I'm very against that and try to promote drug-free fitness.
So how many days a week do you work out yourself right now with weights and cardiovascular kind of things?
I'm not a real good example right now. I mean, I've been doing it for so long, but I try to, work out at least 4 or 5 days a week, put an hour in. I walk my dog a lot. I have a great dog, and spend a lot of time with her. But my goal is to get into doing more cardiovascular fitness, because I don't really do a lot of it.
Right. Now, folks, and that's why I like Jason. He's an extremely honest guy, and it's important because, see, I think when people see you or they see me, they see people that think that we just leave and we breathe fitness 24 hours a day. Well, no, we take a break too, okay? And the reason, folks, that I wanted to have Jason on, because I think it's so important that we lift one another up. A lot of people would say, hey, he's a trainer, I'm a trainer. Why would I have a guy that's my competition on the show. Well, guess what? Because he's not my competition, I'm not his competition. We're both in business to help you get in better shape. So if you're looking for a trainer,
awesome.
if you feel like driving to Eden Prairie, call him up. He's good or he wouldn't be on motivation, all right? I've never actually had a trainer on motivation. He's on me for one reason, because he's good at what he does, okay? So it's not about competing. We're both in the business to help people. Jason wants to help you get in better shape, period. Any age limits as far as how old you're training somebody?
Definitely not.
What's the oldest you've had?
There's different, there's different types of programs for different ages and different,
Right.
activity levels. But we have, I think my oldest client right now is 75.
Okay.
And we just, take it day by day and see how the body's feeling and work through injuries and any ailments.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's good to get started young so they can experience the benefits rather than, watching video games all the time. And, with all the mobile devices and computers.
I agree.
It's so much different than when we were kids, too.
I agree. So how do you handle? Because I have a lot of clients that literally their schedules are so busy. How do you handle people that have a demanding schedule like it? How do you deal with that?
Everybody's got a demanding schedule.
I know. How do you handle
Those are
it?
168 hours per week. Okay, let's do the math.
Do the math, yeah.
And then if you sleep 8 hours a night, I think that brings you down to 112 hours a week.
Right.
And then let's take, time off for meals, doing homework with your kids, whatever.
Right.
If you chip away at the hours and you actually make a really well-designed schedule,
Right.
that, 4 to 6 hours a week
Right.
that you're looking at getting in is not an excuse.
Right.
Everybody has time for it. It's a
Right.
priority.
Yep.
It has to be a priority. If you don't make it a priority, it's not going to happen.
I agree. And I was telling Jason earlier, folks, I ran into a guy, I won't tell you his name, but this guy's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. And he's about 50 years of age, but he looks like he's about 80. And it really saddened me because he's thinking financially fiscal, but he's not thinking physically fiscal. And that's why I wrote the book, Fitness Economics. The show today isn't about plugging my books, Fitness Economics. I'm bringing it up because the reality is people always think financial,
Right.
but they don't think physical. So you're getting older, but you're taking care of yourself physically speaking, and you're trying to help this guy that's 70 years. That's important to have balance.
Well, it's like investing in your body. Your body's an investment account.
Exactly.
So if you're not investing in the stock market or your retirement account,
Yep, exactly.
you're not going to have any money to live if you do have a healthy body when you get older. So you really need both. I mean, it's very important you take that time and take care of your body and love yourself.
I agree.
It makes you feel better, and there's so many good positive things to it.
Right. And it makes you look better. And every time I look at this man's python, I think, should we have an arm wrestling contest? I don't like losing, so I probably wouldn't do it. So, and he's younger than me. Anyways, it's interesting too, because with the year just coming around the corner, like you were saying earlier, there's going to be all these people making New Year's resolutions. And what I like to say, folks at home, don't make any more New Year's resolutions. Just determine to become resolute. Resolute,
All the time.
yeah, all the
It's gotta
time.
be all the time.
Be determined to become resolute.
Yeah, you can have busy weeks and have certain times where you can take off, but it's got to be a lifestyle approach.
Right, exactly.
And that's what I teach my clients is how are we going to change your lifestyle. So what I like to do is take a look at each individual and find out where their flaws are, what we need to change first. Because maybe everything doesn't need to be changed, but there's going to be things that you need to change, more dramatic than others.
Yep, I agree.
So that's a big approach that I take, is looking at each person individually and then working on things little by little. Or if they're real serious, you can throw everything on their plate at once and see if they can handle it. And usually about 20% of the people can if you take that approach. But that makes it more difficult, and if you take steps, it's a lot better that way.
Right. Now let me ask you this question. I talked about the oldest. What would you say would be the youngest person that you've trained?
Well,
How young were you taking?
Well, not too young. I mean, of course, exercise, just being mobile is good, but actually with, resistance training, I worked with, kids as young as 8 years old. And I used to coach third graders football team. So, we just did push-ups and sit-ups and taught them how to do, some little functional training.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And I know you're busy, but I think it's important for the public to actually know, because I'm busy. And this, if you're like me, I'm sure what you're doing is you're looking at your calendar and you're saying right now, how many people can I squeeze in? Because this is a busy time of the year. Then you got New Year's coming. I'm sure that if somebody calls you, you're going to make every opportunity to get them in, I would imagine, because you care about people, right?
That's sometimes my downfall. I try to put everybody else first,
Right.
and then it really takes away from my motivation and time to work out, because I'm in the fitness center all day.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
managing, if equipment gets broken, need to work on fixing that, or
Exactly.
making sure something's cleaned, and managing my staff.
Right.
So, that's what I struggle with, is being there all the time. If I worked 9 to 5 and worked an office job,
Sure.
I'd be looking forward to running to the gym to work out.
Yeah.
So, everybody has their issues, but you just got to learn how to work through it and
Right.
make the best of it.
Right. See, the problem is we both love what we do. See, we don't work. We don't go to work. See, we go have fun every day because we get to help people. And
Pretty good job.
yeah, we get to help people. Jason, give them that information one more time. Okay.
Well,
How to get a hold of you?
I'm on Facebook, first of all, YoungQuest Fitness Center page on Facebook. Our phone number is 952-944-9200. And my email is youngquest, that's QUEST, @juno.com. And our website's youngquestfitness.com.
Yep, sounds good. And if you'd like to see Jason on another episode of Motivation, give me an email, ron@fitnessking.com. Like I said, this is a busy guy, but you want somebody who's busy. You want somebody who's been in the business for years, folks. You want somebody that cares about you. Why am I doing that movement, Georgia? Because I want to keep your attention, because it's so important, because people get distracted, okay? They're pulling out their iPads. You go somewhere, they're always on the phone, okay? Make exercise important. Give Jason Young a call, Young Quest Fitness. He cares about you, or he wouldn't be on my show, because it's not about me, it's about you. It's about helping people, and I love it when people care about people. You need a good trainer? I'm going to say it again. You can call me if you want, but call Jason Young at Young Quest Fitness. He'll help you. He cares about you. He's going to do his best to try to squeeze you in. It doesn't matter what the hours are, honestly. If you call him, you're going to try to get them in if you can. If you can. I think that's important.
Definitely.
Okay? So what are you going to do today? You're going to leave here and go run a mile, run 2 miles? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to go see my wife. She's the manager at the Lakes apartment building right next,
Yep,
right down by Lake
okay.
Calhoun. So I'm going to surprise her,
Yeah.
and then I'm going back to work. I'm going to go walk my dog, and then I have a full day until 8 p.m. tonight.
Yeah. Amen. Folks at home, happy wife, happy life. On that note, I'm going to close out, and I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to give Jason Young a copy of my book, Fitness Economics for a Healthy Body and Mind. It's Fitness Economics for a Healthy Body and Mind. You can get it on Amazon.com. Jason gets it today.
And Ron is somebody I've known for a long time, and he's done a great job of reinventing himself. And he's always got something different when I pop on Facebook. And, he's had a TV show for a long time. And I actually used to have a TV show on the Metro 6. And he motivated me to do that as well. And I don't do mine anymore, but I'm glad to see him still on.
Who knows? Maybe we'll do something together.
Yeah.
I know we're going to do some motivational quick clips to motivate you coming on Facebook. So you need to go to his Facebook site, okay? Befriend him so you can get those clips when they come out, or you can go to Ron Henderson or the Fitness King on Facebook as well, okay?
Awesome.
I want to thank you for watching Motivation, and all that you do. Stay fit, stay positive, and stay resolute. I'm Ron Henderson, the Fitness King, with my guest, Jason Young. We'll see you next time. Hey, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me on.
Great job. Hello, I'm Ron Henderson, aka the Fitness King, and welcome to another edition of Fitness Economics, the Lifestyle. I'm going to talk today about laughing. Laughing, yes, laughing. Now, why am I going to talk about laughing? Because a lot of us don't do it, especially men. We try to be so serious. First of all, we can't cry, let alone laugh, okay? I want to talk about the power in laughing. Well, I remember this years ago. I remember a guy told me that 15 minutes laughing heartily was equivalent to 5 minutes moderate jogging, which means when you laugh, it gets your heart rate up, okay? Laughing has a lot of benefits. It works with your facial muscles, all those things. Laughing can keep you young, okay? Now, how do you laugh? Well, think of something funny. Okay, I'm looking at you right now. Maybe I think you're funny. Maybe I think you're funny. Do I look funny? Ooh, funny looks, funny looks, funny looks. Oh, one of the hardest things to do is to get people to laugh. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to laugh for you, folks. I'm going to laugh. Watch, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. And this is silly, okay, that I'm laughing. But even doing it that way, it probably seemed fake, honestly, but I was laughing. Because laughing is so important. It's good for you. It's healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy, okay? Not only working your facial muscles, but like I said, when you laugh heartily, it gets your heart rate up. I have a friend of mine that sometimes he'll say weird things, and honestly, he has me on the floor, and I'm laughing. When I get up, I can feel my stomach muscles being worked. You know why? Because it works those muscles. It can get your heart rate moving. So, from now on, I want you to decide every day that you're going to think of something funny or do something that will cause you to laugh so that people can see that joy flowing out of you. So if you talk about happiness or you talk about God, you talk about peace and all these things, but people never see you smiling, they're going to kind of wonder what's going on with you. So let's try to keep a smile on our face. Let's try to think positive. Let's try to be positive. Let's be strong, okay? And let's laugh. Until next time, I'm Ron Henderson, a.k.a. The Fitness King. And remember, in all that you do, laugh. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
To book Ron Henderson for your next event, call 612-386-8178 or send an email to ron@fitnessking.com. That's ron@fitnessking.com.